Hey everybody, this is Terrible Tim Witherspoon, former two-time heavyweight champ of the world, and We're here with my man. Introduce yourself.
This is Jay Roos of the Jay Roos Theory, and we have former two-time heavyweight champion, Terrible Tim Witherspoon in the building, y'all. Terrible Tim, how you doing tonight, man?
Everything good. I got caught babysitting and everything. I got five girls and one boy, and I got 10 siblings. We all gotta
Oh, wow.
chip in sometime. Yeah, I got 10 siblings. Me,
Oh
I'm the
man,
fourth oldest out of 10 siblings.
that's cool, man. Family. Nothing more important than family, man.
Yes, that's the structure. If it's done right, right?
Right,
Good
exactly.
structure.
Yeah, man. Man, the time I still remember, like my favorite fight from you was when you fought Jorge Luis Gonzalez, man. Oh my goodness, you just ran through him like he was nothing.
Yeah, the taller guys, the taller guys, I felt more confident fighting taller guys because they're right there when you throw that overhand right or the left hook and stuff like that. The jab is kind of hard, some not hard sometimes if you know how to do it. Um, but I was kind of cool when they wanted me to fight him, and then when I met him, he was kind of like arrogant, and everybody around he's like arrogant the way his attitude was. And I said, oh, I can win the people. I can win the people because his attitude. And I did. I did. And afterwards, I gave him a hug and all that. I knocked him out. But he came off kind of like arrogant and stuff
Yeah,
before the fight. And that gave me energy. I said, man, I want to get this guy. And a lot of people didn't like him. But if you watch the fight, he kind of like, you could kind of tell. But afterwards, I went in and gave him a hug and said hi, talked to him and everything. But that's what gave me energy that particular fight. That particular fight with Jorge Gonzalez, I seen how his attitude was. And I said, man, I know I can get him. I know I can get
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah, man. You dominated him. I mean, I remember watching that fight with my buddy, and we were just the way you had him in that corner, man. It was just it. Yeah, he was a real arrogant guy. He tried to mad dog me. I was at the Lennox Lewis Lionel Butler fight. He was like a couple rows ahead of me, and he just kept staring at me. I'm like, what's this dude doing? Like, so I know what you're talking
Ooh.
about.
Shania's came out again. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Oh, you can see me. Well, it keep going in and out. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, you're okay.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Oh no,
guys.
you're fine.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Yeah, but I still remember that night. It was you, Jorge Luis Gonzalez, Holyfield versus Bobby Ches, and then Lennox Lewis versus
Yeah.
Frank Mercer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
And I fought Ray Mercer too. But that particular fight, I got energy from Jorge Gonzalez's attitude and the way he walked. And I said, man, I'm gonna get this guy. And the crowd was in my favor because they knew he was like that. A lot of people was like happy when he got knocked out. But afterwards, he settled down and became normal again. And I went and said hi to him and congratulated him on, just hanging in there and everything.
wow. Yeah, man, you did your thing. You had an incredible career. What do you think of today's heavyweight crop? What are you impressed with? What are you not impressed with?
Well, I'm not only the heavyweights, all the other weights also. There's some things that when I first started boxing, they had the old time trainers used to teach you defense and offense. Nowadays, everybody's just all offense. So just like in the Crawford fight that's coming, both of those guys are good offensive guys. They throw good punches. Me being a good defensive guys, I see them lag. Oh, I can tell they defense is not that good. There's certain ways you can have defense moving, but when you get tired, you got to sit down and sit there. There's certain ways that's going to help you. But movers, they move, and all natural skills get them out of the way of punches. But when you get tired, you're gonna need that old time stuff where you settle down, you're tired, you gotta wait, catch it, boom, bam, the counter, and they don't have that. So that particular fight, I'm saying whoever got the best defense is going to win, or whoever going to hit each other solid first. Because to me, neither one of their defense is really good.
Wow.
To
That you
me,
make
to
an
me,
excellent
I'm looking at them. I don't see the defense, and I'm good at defense.
right. I mean, you make an excellent point. You're the first person I've heard to point that out. Everybody's talking about who hits harder and who's bigger. Nobody's talked about defense.
Yeah, yeah. That's That's what I do that with all the fights. I could do offense, and and I see guys with defense. A lot of guys today they lack that defense. And the old trainers used to teach you the Philly shell and stuff like that, and they passed away. And so all these other, and I'm not down on nobody. There's people in boxers' corners that really shouldn't be in there.
Wow.
In corners, they never had fights. Some of them never had fights. Some of them had a bad career, but they're in that corner. So
Right.
I don't want to down
I,
the boxing. I love everybody, but I seen some weird stuff in when these boxers get in the ring. I'm gonna say the names who they have
yeah.
in the corners and stuff. Woo.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, how can you really be a real top trainer if you've never been in the ring? Like, I always wondered that myself.
Well, I hate to talk about it. Tyson Fury, I was in England. I had one daughter that was born and raised there. She lived with me now. She was born in Edmonton, but people from Tottenham. And
Okay.
well, you was talking about Tyson Fury, right?
Yeah. Just like they. It's just the trainers nowadays. They don't seem like they know. Ben Davison, his old trainer, right? Tyson
Okay,
Fury.
I'm sorry because I was my grandkids was going. I'm trying to. Tonight, hey,
Oh
Tosh.
no, you're okay.
Go ahead.
No, I
Ben
was.
Davison.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
okay. Okay,
these
Tyson
trainers.
Fury. Tyson Fury has Emmanuel Stewart's nephew in his corner who never fought, and
Right.
I did criticize them on the show before. I did criticize them on the show. I felt kind of
Mhm.
bad because I was telling the truth. I was telling the truth. I said, how can you have somebody in your corner that never fought before? He liked him and everything. And Dante Wilder, I got some bad negative feedback with that when I said that. I said to Dante, you got a guy you knocked out in your corner.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
said that too.
and they felt kind of. You said that too, and I felt kind of
Yeah,
bad, but it's the truth. But if
yeah,
Tyson say that to him, they won't get upset. But a nice guy like me, a nice former champ, and guys like you, they get upset with them. Tyson can say it and they don't say nothing, but they start jumping on me because I said that. I only told the truth, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah. I
Malik
was
Scott
like,
is a good guy. Malik Scott is a good guy. What
right.
am I supposed to do when we're on these things? You want me to lie? I'll tell you. That's just my opinion. I like Malik Scott, and I love Malik Scott and Dante. I just want to tell you the truth. We on this show. I'm gonna just my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I said the same thing. How can a guy teach you how to fight who he beat you? So what can you teach him? He should be teaching you, if anything. Like,
I
I,
thought I was the only one thinking like that, but I wasn't.
yeah, yeah.
We're not
Maybe
making
we're too.
fun. We're not making
Yeah,
fun of them. We letting people out there that's watching this show try to, get as closest to the truth as we can or the way we feel about things. I
right.
ain't trying to hurt nobody. You're not trying to hurt nobody. We just people want to like to know, whoa, what's this? But I don't want to
Yeah,
make them what we talking about. That's just one thing.
yeah,
Dante Wilder and Malik Scott. We talked about them before. Not me and you, but we talked about them before, and I don't want to really stay too long on that.
yeah. I got you, man. People don't really like truth too
He
much
really
these
got
days.
upset though. Malik got upset with me, and I had to text him and say, "Man, I'm not trying to hurt you." He texted me and said, "Why am I doing that? Why you say these things?" And I said, "Yo, man, I ain't trying to hurt." He called me up and talked
Wow.
to me. Yeah, and I said, "Yo, man, I'm not trying to hurt nobody." And that's how he did. He called me up about, I would say, 7 months ago when Dante Wilder and them had them fights, maybe more than that. And I explained to him. I said, "Yo, man, I'm not trying to hurt you. I had to say it on the television." So I guess he's all right. He's a nice guy. They doing good. He's hitting. I seen him hitting the pads. I do see a lot more things that he could use. I can see some things he's lacking still. When I seen him when they come on television sometimes, and I see a little brief thing, he's still doing the same stuff all over again. He's not. There's nothing new. I do see a couple of other combinations that Monique's gotten him work on, but I don't see nothing new.
Yeah. I see him do things in the gym, but he doesn't seem to implement them when he's in an actual fight. You know, he'll throw combos when he's in the
Oh,
pads.
you see
Yeah,
him doing the pads, but you don't see it when he fight.
yeah, it's like, why don't
Okay,
you do it? Yeah.
okay, then I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, I'm like, you're throwing combos, but you're not doing it in the actual fight. You're just basic 1-2, 1-2, you know. But what do you think?
If his jab was just as good as his right hand, he would still be undefeated. But
Right.
plus, if they taught him his defense, if he knew how to throw like counter with his punches and deliver punches off of his counters and blocks, he would still be undefeated. And if he made that left hand just as good as his right and had a good defense, he would still be undefeated. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed Deontay kind of throws his jab sideways like he's going to hyperextend his elbow, too. It's like, why don't you throw it straight? He kind of flicks it out. Like, I'm like, I don't.
Well, his movement is kind of awkward. Like, not like an amateur, but like the way he jumps up and the way he deliver a lot of his punches. Now he get the job done. He got all those guys knocked out.
Yeah.
But the way the way he did it was good. But boxers that people that know boxing or like us boxers, I know the movement, and the movement is not really really professional. You know how he turns sideways and come like this? Come on, man, you got all the knockouts. Why don't you come like this and doing this and blocking? You just see him with his hand like this coming all awkward. And I thought that was kind of bad. I love the brother, but I thought that was kind of bad. And he don't realize it. He is winning. But you know the awkward way he hold his hands when he's in front of you? I'm talking about Dante. And he'll do like that. And then he'll throw his punches all wild. So it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Boy, so what let me ask you this. What do you think of AJ working with Derrick James? Do you see any improvements? I know his jab looked better, but he still seems kind of gun shy.
Well, you know, like I said, my daughter's from the UK, and I spent a lot of time over there with all the different boxing stuff. I did a lot of events over there. I was over there, did tour with Mike Tyson. I did a tour with Bruno. You know, and I know a lot of people. I was up in Sheffield training boxers. I think that and I know Anthony Joshua. We sat at the table when my daughter Shania was born. He helped me on the train. He helped me on the train with the carriage and stuff. You know, I was getting on the train. I was kind of late, and we talked for a little bit. And I was sending messages out to him. I was sending messages out for the longest. If you need help, just call me. You know, I seen him at this big event. We sat at the same table, or he sat a little bit across. And everything. And I reached out to him before all this stuff. And he said, no, Tim, this was his word. No, Tim, I got my team, and we all right. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, former 2-time heavyweight champ offering your help. You know, I like the guy. He's a nice guy. I like him. And I was reaching out. I wanted to be a part. I'm like, that's my second home. I've been going over there for the longest. So he don't have enough experience to really select somebody that's good, just like Dante Wilder. He's doing real good with the boxing, but don't know down the road he's going to need help. And he was with an amateur. He was with an amateur coach, and I was like to myself, I said, why wouldn't these guys want to, hire Tim Witherspoon as a trainer or have him involved? And they just don't know. That shows you that they don't know right off the bat. They just don't know. So I stopped reaching out to him, and I wish him a lot of luck. But he gonna have to pay me because I knew I would have got him on the right track. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? I knew what a guy. I could have taught him the Philly shell if he wanted to. I could have taught him Kitch's defense, how to counter back, how to slip. He don't slip. He don't block jabs. He don't sit there and relax. Boom, throw punch, boom, back. He don't do that. He goes like this. There's no defense. So that's a real bad case, sad case too, even though he was successful. But he also could have been undefeated, and Deontay Wilder and him could have had a really super big fight. You know, but Tyson Fury came in with his awkward style and beating up on everybody with that awkward style. Now, if those guys would tighten up their skills, they probably could do a lot better with Tyson or possibly beat him.
Right.
You know, he's awkward. Tyson awkward, and he got a lot of heart.
Yeah.
I hung out with Tyson Fury too, me and my daughter.
Oh, you hung out with Tyson Fury? How did that?
Gypsies,
was that?
yeah, we was over there in Manchester with the Gypsies, and then we had an event. We had an event that I met. I was in an event down in Florida. No, I don't think it was. I think it was in England. We was in an event, and the Gypsies, they're really nice people. They don't take no stuff from nobody. Don't.
Yeah.
So like if you step, even the women, you step to the women, they're not going to back up.
Wow.
And they don't call the police. They handle their own affair. I've been around the Gypsies. I've been around them. They don't. If something happened, they don't call the police. They handle it their own self.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was watching his dad. You know, John Fury. He's a no nonsense tough guy, man.
Oh. Yeah, he got in trouble and he did some time and now he's cool. Me and my daughter was with him. They're really nice. They treated us good. So me and my my marketing director, Brian Robinson, he thought about how don't you do an exhibition with Tyson Fury's dad? And I was like, I don't want to disrespect nobody or nothing like that. He's cool with me. Oh, he's tough though. He's tough. He don't take no crap. And so me and Brian, we're trying to do that. We're trying to do that, get an exhibition with his dad. That'd be big if it was over. And Terrible Tim Witherspoon is fighting Tyson Fury's dad. Oh, a lot of people like to see that because they know he mean. They know he's tough. And so that's what we was trying to do, that and a couple other things, a couple other things we're trying to work on. We already asked Frank Bruno. They said that really his him taking punches nowadays is over. He'll do commentating and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what we've been kind of like doing lately, reaching out to people, exhibitions. I'm in good shape. I lost 30 pounds. I've been hitting the hammer. I haven't been boxing, like getting hit in my head, but I've been hitting the heavy bag, all different type of apparatus that's going to help me. I'm 64, 65, but I feel good.
Yeah, man, you look like you're in your 30s. I'll be watching your videos about the overhand right.
I wish the girls say that. I wish the girls say that, Chant.
Hey man, I can tell you keep yourself in shape, man. I like your videos. I watch them all the time.
What, the YouTube videos?
Yeah, where you showing, like you did your last one about how to fight a taller opponent.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it. Like after I watch the videos, sometimes I say, "Oh wow, I should have add this in there. I should have add that."
I do that too. Yeah.
But we got enough time to come back and clean them up. Sometimes you just don't get it all in. Because when a guy roll, he puts a roll with his hands up, but I was just going like this and rolling like this just to show the student. But really, I should have. And when I looked at it, I said, you know what? I should have said you got to keep your hands here when you roll. Because I was saying you do like this and roll. I was doing that right. You go downwards first. But when I looked at it, I said I should have said you should keep your hands here when you rolling. See? Now we're on the show talking about it. But I should have thought about it then. But we always clean it up later on. And you don't roll really with your hands down.
Right.
You roll with them in the defense because you're close and tight, and you roll under the punches. When you come up, you deliver punches like that. Roll this way. But if you go like this, there's a chance of you getting hit. Gotta keep that hands up.
I used to. I never turned professional, but I boxed Archie Moore's son, Billy Moore, in San Diego. Billy Moore was Archie Moore's son. He used to train me in San Diego. But I just wanted to ask you, like, when you take a punch, like what is the key to like? Because no matter how good your defense is, you're gonna get hit. So what's the key to taking a punch and not showing that you're bothered by, not showing your opponent that you're flustered or you're hurt? How do you like, wave that off like it was nothing?
Your opponent will know if he like kind of hurt you. He'll know
Okay.
that. But as far as you recovering fast, that's up to him to decide. But you said, how do you know if you got hit or how? Right? With a
Yeah, like how do you like say you get hurt by your opponent? Is there a way to like, play it off like, oh, trying to play it off like you didn't get hurt?
yeah, there's some you can play off and there's some you can't. some your knees buckle like Carter Truth buckled me one time. I was winning the fight and he buckled me. I made a mistake. Kept my defense wasn't that tight, and he caught me. Let me see. Somebody else caught me. Ray Mercer caught me a little. He caught me a little bit, but you get hit. You get hit. I'm just you get hit with a good one. You'll start moving around like that, and sometimes, well, when I was fighting, I got hit. Let me see. Bruno hit me. I think Ray stunned me a little bit. Bruno stunned me a little. Carter Truth did too. Carter Truth. So 3 times I got hit solid when I was fighting. Carter Truth, Bruno got me, and Ray Mercer.
Let me ask you, who was the toughest? Which one of those guys hit you the hardest?
Which one of those what?
Which one of those fighters hit you the hardest out of all 3 of those guys?
I think Carter Truth, because he was that right hand guy, and he caught me clean because I made a mistake and didn't keep my defense up, and he snuck it in there. He hit me. I felt his, but I didn't feel Bruno's. I just start stumbling. But Carter Truth, you could feel certain punches, but certain punches you get hit, you just start stumbling. I experienced that before. Bruno, I didn't feel no pain or nothing or anything, but I just started stumbling. But Carter Truth hit me. I felt that. I said, boom, yeah, I felt that.
Wow. Yeah, man, you're one of the greats of all time, so I definitely respect everything you have to say. Yeah, you were action packed too, man. I noticed fighters from like back in the day too, they seem to throw more punches than heavyweights from the day. Heavyweights now are so tall and big that some of them seem sluggish, other than Tyson Fury. He has a pretty high punch output. But why do you think that is?
Well, that's because you don't see skills. I mean, I'm serious. Like if you say they punch like they're sluggish and stuff.
Yeah,
that's the lack of the intelligence. Boom, they're a little sluggish because they be doing all not stuff that's typical stuff that you usually do.
Right.
And certain movement, they're not getting taught certain movement. Now, I'm not saying during this era they could be really successful, but back when I was coming up, we was the old timers with the good knowledge was on their way out, and whoever was around them got that knowledge. Whoever was around them, there's a lot. They going. You'll be surprised if you could find somebody. But in the Philly, New York area, you might find somebody. There might be a couple, but it's not that many of them. And I had the opportunity to get taught a lot of that stuff. I'm Philly, Georgie Benton, Slim Robinson, who's my trainer. He trained Mike Rossman, the Jewish bomber. And Mike Rossman won the light heavyweight championship of the world. He was the Jewish bomber, and everybody that Slim was with, they learned if they didn't win the title, they did pretty good, Like me, I started with him from the beginning. I was with this trainer, Clarence Booker, and I really fast found out that he wasn't good enough. I didn't know nothing. I walked in the ring, in the gym, and I just went straight to him. And that's how young boxers do. They'll go in nowadays. Somebody telling them, directing them. But when I was boxing, you just walk into the gym and say, "Hey, I want to fight," and the guy just pick you up, But now there's people say, "Oh, I'm gonna take you to this trainer. He knows what he's doing," But I didn't hear that much of that back in the day. So I went into this other old guy. I won 5 out of 7 amateur fights. I lost to Joe Frazier's son on my last fight, and then I turned pro after that. Because um, um, you know, the manager, the trainer, and his wife was part, like, trying to promote, was the manager anyway. But I found out that he wasn't really good enough. So Larry Holmes was when he heard about me, he wanted to hire me as a sparring partner. I only had 7 amateur fights, so I was with this guy Clarence Booker, and he didn't tell me. He called Clarence Booker, my trainer. I don't want to get everybody mixed up, but Larry Holmes people called my trainer, or sent somebody to him and asked him, you know, we want to pay Tim to spar with Larry, come on, boom, boom, and he never told me. That was like $1,500 a week. So when I found out, I left the old man. And I went up to Muhammad Ali's training camp and started boxing and training with Matthew Saad Muhammad. I sparred with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad too, also. So I left, and after that, I started learning how boxing really was, But that's what got me, when he told Larry Holmes people that whatever he told them, and he didn't tell me that they wanted me to he told me that. Well, he didn't tell me. Somebody else told me, but but he didn't tell me, and that's what got me out of there. And the guy told me that, hey man, that's something, man. And so I left them. Oh, when I won the title, I had the belt. I went back to his gym and asked him. I said, look, I got the title, old man Booker. I said, I got the title. I want to help you in the gym. He said, no, I don't want you to come in.
Wow.
Yeah. I felt kind of bad because I was young leaving them, but man, I could have, $1,500 a week.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And he knew that I was going to find out who was good trainers, because I was just a young buck, amateur. And that's why he didn't tell me, because once I would have left him to go up there, I probably wouldn't have came back, because I would have seen different knowledge and stuff.
Right.
I would have seen, whoa, man, this dude teaching that, and all he would teach was this. I didn't know. I was just starting.
I've had a couple of trainers like that where you kind of got to figure it out as you go.
Yeah, I was an amateur. Real quick, I was an amateur. I just got in. I didn't know who was a good trainer or not. And then I found out fast. You
know James, trainer James Ali Bashir, right?
Bashir.
Yeah, James Bashir.
I know Bashir.
Yeah. I'm good friends with him. He used to work with Emmanuel at the Kronk and everything. Yeah. He went up to Joshua's camp probably about a year ago, Anthony Joshua, and he was in line to be a possible trainer at the time. But I think people like you and him would be a great match for Anthony Joshua, just in case Derek Lewis doesn't work out. I think you guys have so much knowledge; it would be great.
Who they got now?
He's got Derek James, the guy that works with Spence, and he's Spence's trainer.
So let me tell you the problem. This has been going on for a while. They'll select somebody because of the boxer made it happen. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They'll select them. That's what they did to me before. They got somebody else. They went to the West Coast, and I said, look, all the good stuff is on the East Coast, but they got good trainers over there. So if what's the Mexican champ name?
Who's that?
I'm just a little tired. Huh?
You talking about? You mean Robert Garcia?
No, not Garcia. But okay. Well, anyway, it's just a little crazy, man, because here it is, a 2-time heavy champ, got skills and everything. They wouldn't even. I said, yo, man, you ain't gotta pay me. Just let me come in there and let me show you. And they wouldn't pick somebody else. So it's a shame.
Wow.
That's a shame. I can get the job done. I'm comfortable, confident. when I walk into the gym, I'm not going to get butterflies. This is going to motivate me, boy. I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you that. Countering over time. 1, 2, 0. Back to defense. Slip, bang. He don't got any of that. He don't have any of that. He's a nice guy, though. Let me tell you. He's a nice guy. I met him, like I told you, I met him. He is a nice guy, but I can't believe it. And know what it is Hollywood. It's what's on the TV they see. They'll go, oh, let's go with him instead of really knowing the true boxing history and new true boxing stuff. They're going to go for showbiz. And like we talked about in the beginning, that Spence and Crawford lack defense. They do lack defense. And I said the one that keep that guard down is the one that's going to lose. The one the one whoever have the better defense, because they're both good offensive guys. And everybody talking about this, they talking about pound for pound, but really it's going to boil down to who's going to get hit. And that's my opinion, because I watched them both, and both of them are really good offense, but you don't see them blocking.
That's a good point. Who do you think will adapt better in the Terrence Crawford Spence fight? Like, I was watching Crawford. He seems to adapt pretty well, and but then Spence kind of brings the heat the longer the fight goes. So I picked Crawford to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Spence wins. So who do you like in that fight?
I've seen them both fight. I do think that Crawford is a little bit more powerful than Spence. I do believe that, but like I said, whoever make the mistake is going to be the one, because I don't like both of their defenses. Yeah. I mean, there is none.
Right.
And that old saying, your best defense is the offense, those trainers, that's getting people killed. Or to make them overwork. You ever heard that before? The best defense is the offense.
Right.
Boxing is an art, and you have to learn both of them. There is people that made it just in having all defense, but you need both of them to really get that confidence. That offense will get you, but as soon as you get hit a couple of times and go down, you're going to lose confidence. And you're going to say, man, I got to learn how to block punches. There is guys that made it just with all offense.
Wow.
But them two guys, neither one of them, if you watch the videos, I watched the videos, and I respect both of them. They both work real hard. They both deserve what they're fighting for, both of them. But I'm only saying to them, and I don't dislike neither one of them, I see defense a big problem in their fight and a lot of fights today.
That's a very good point, because I've seen a lot of fighters panic when they get hit. You can see that they're uncomfortable. It's like, you just told your opponent you can't handle it. So I definitely know what you're talking about. In fact, Lennox Lewis said the first thing he would teach somebody if he was a trainer was defense. He said, I'd teach you that before offense. So you make a great point, man, that nobody's talking about. That's really
and really Lennox should have said he would teach them both at the same time, because they both work together. So when you got your hands up, okay, and somebody hits you there, you could counter there, you could counter. So they both work together. See, now I understand he said about the offense and stuff like that. I know a little bit more than him. He's big and strong, but they both help each other out. Okay, now there's guys, wow. But then when somebody fire on them, it's like, what am I gonna do? Crawford don't have all the confidence, and that's good. Him and Spence, they banging guys out. They've been hit before with their hands up, but they don't realize the reality is that they can really get hit in this fight and go down, and it'll be an embarrassment. But what the heck, gotta learn both of them.
I'm enjoying all this knowledge you got. It makes me let me ask you this. What do you think of Tank Davis? Did you catch his fight with Ryan Garcia? What did you think of that, if you happen to see it?
Oh, you talking about Tank Davis?
Yeah, the Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia fight.
Here we go again. Garcia had no defense.
None.
He depended on his left hook all the time. Now, this is what I was telling everybody. if they make his right hand, use his right hand as much as he can so they can forget about the left hook. Now, Tank Davis, I think, was worrying about the left hook. He was thinking about the left hook. But Ryan Garcia should have been in camp training tight defense and throwing that right hand, right?
Right.
And surprising them with the left hook. They looking for the left hook. He should be
Exactly.
doing stuff with this, and he should have been getting on the outside. He always stayed in front of Tank in his left hand, but a lot of boxers don't know they're supposed to be on the outside and make the left hand turn into their punches. So I would tell my boxer, okay, I'm like this. Here's the southpaw. My left is in the back. Okay, everybody's in front here. You're supposed to stay out of this way. You're supposed to stay out of here. But they don't know 5 or 6 times or 3 minutes rounds, you're supposed to go on this side and make the left hand to turn in your punches. Okay, I'm like this. I'm left hand. This is my left hand, and I'm shooting jabs. Everybody stay right here in the middle. Nobody go on the outside. I wish I could really illustrate. This is my left. I'm shooting a jab. Everybody stays right here in the middle. 5 or 6 times around, and during the round, you need to, when they do that, go on this side and go back and make them turn into your punches.
Wow.
This is the kind of knowledge that I was taught by old timers.
Wow.
You're right in front of them. Here's the left hand. Why can't you go on this side?
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm right in front. Now, here's my left hand. I'm all in front here. I got you here.
Yeah.
Why don't you go on this side and make me turn and come straight back in here and make me turn your punches? I know what to teach these guys, man. I don't know what's the matter with them. You know, and you do that around 5 or 6 times, around 5 during the 3 minutes. You try to get behind here. Oh, stay busy in front stay busy. Okay, I'm right-handed. You stay busy in the front, occupy him, then slip and go to the outside like we just saying, and then he'll turn right into your punches. And that is a good technique that my trainer taught me. Why he stayed out in front of him, didn't he?
Yeah. And I predicted
that's how he got hit. And that's how he got hit.
The body shot. I predicted Tank to win. I thought he was mentally tougher than Ryan because plus to me, I'm not trying to diss Ryan Garcia, but to me he had like a little boy body, like a teenage body. I thought he's not gonna be able to take Tank's power. Garcia his frame looked small to me. I know they say he was the bigger guy, but he just looked taller. He didn't look as far as mass. He wasn't bigger to me, so I was like, I don't know how well he's going to take Tank's power, and he couldn't take it to the body at all.
He could have put them elbows down, and that could have helped. I know Tank probably would have dug in there, but there's a certain way you keep them elbows. He didn't even do that. You got to keep them there and then move the body instead of moving knees. Instead of moving knees, you put them tight and then move the body and dip down, and the punches hit the elbow. Anything up the middle, you just got to turn in or turn like that, but that's the dangerous shot. So Ryan Garcia had the promoter saying Dan Goosen in his corner, and Dan Goosen was in a lot of people's corner. Dan, I fought with Dan before. I fought on some of his organization's card. He's really cool, but they should have made sure that Garcia had the right people in that corner. This is the time where Dan should have said, "Look, it's time for Ryan to get." Unless he really thought he could show Ryan stuff, he should have said, "Man, it's time for us to get some serious people in here with Ryan." And it looks like they didn't do that. Dan got in the corner. He's already famous. I love Dan. He's already famous. He should have had somebody in a trainer showing Ryan what to do. His left hook is, everybody know about it. Make this side build up on this.
Right.
And that's going to make sure that left will get in if you build up on this, because they thinking the left hook is coming, right? But if you do something with this that'll occupy him on the right side, that will get that. So the strategy to me was they didn't do the right strategy. They thought that left hook. Why do you throw the left hook? They should have been practicing with the right hand and getting around the back. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. when you go around the back, the 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 person that or the boxer that you're boxing, all he got to do to defend that. Remember, I told you when you do this and go around the back, all he
Right.
have to do is step back, and he'll block. He'll cut that off. Okay, I'm
Oh,
here and the guy's going around there, so I'm turning his punches. And if I see him go this way, all I gotta do is step back. See, I know that. I found that
yeah.
out too. All he has to do is step back a little bit instead of turning to his punches. If you turn into his punches, you're gonna get hit. But when you go like that and somebody slip, all he gotta do is step back, and he'll stop that.
Wow.
I learned that too.
Wow. You're a fountain of boxing knowledge, man. I know these guys ain't getting taught this in the ring, like because they're not doing it. Like you said, their defense isn't there. It's all offense. But I saw your video you did with Teofimo Lopez a while back. You and Mitch Green.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. And he's really athletic. He's really Lopez is kind of he's athletic. And he flips, he does all that, and he learned real fast too. But I could tell he wanted that information. I could tell that I could have helped him. I could have helped him and been around him. I was attempting to maybe help him or be around him to help him a little bit, but he didn't go for it. And I was just being honest about it. I can help you. Just give me a call, and I can help him. You know his weight class that he move up to. It's kind of them guys are bigger. Got bigger, and that last fight wasn't close, but he didn't have an easy time with that guy.
Yeah, with Josh Taylor. Yeah,
he didn't. He had Josh from England.
Right.
I was around them guys too. Yeah, so I think it's some. He got to get ready for his other fights, and you see him try to put that up.
Right.
We did that at a convention with Miss Green and stuff was there, and I was showing them all you got to do if you want to block jabs. You can put it up like Joe Frazier used to do. Yeah, just like that. Ain't nothing going to hit you. You get the hook in there. So he was doing it in the fight.
Yeah.
Me, Green, everybody was all there, and I was showing them how you could. This is one. You know what I'm saying? There's like 3 of them, and you can use that in the beginning.
Wow, he remembered. Yeah, I wanted to ask you too about what did you think of the decision with Haney and Lomachenko? I thought Lomachenko pulled it out, but I thought he was more effective, but I don't know.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen a lot of that fight. For some reason I wasn't really interested. I watched it most of it.
Yeah.
And Lomachenko's a mover, and Haney was trying to hit him in the head all the time. But you got to go to a body with a mover. A mover's your body. Just a big body. You can move it, but it's still there. But you can move their head. You can move their head and stuff. You're supposed to go to the body. I saw that. I saw some of that fight.
Yeah, I think I know the jab's important, but I think Haney gets a little too jab happy, and he doesn't try to get guys out of there. So he doesn't bring in the fans like a Tank Davis would, because there's no threat of a knockout. He just jabs for 12 rounds. It's like you gotta eventually try to stop somebody, or like nobody wants to see that.
Got to sit down, and you know what I think too. I'm not saying they're scared, but a lot of them. They're good at offense, but the defense give them a little fair, especially when somebody can punch hard in front of you. And all these guys got to do is just learn. It's really not that hard. Why can't they just keep their hands up? And it's hard too. You throw punches, you got to remember you got to bring them back. Boom, boom, back here. A lot of them just doing like this and they doing like this, and looking beautiful and everything. So.
I know the perfect guy for you to train would be Joe Joyce, man. He has no defense.
I was trying to contact them. I was sending them. I'm sorry. I was sending them
you're
messages. Okay. I met him before over there. I met him. He needs some help.
Yeah, I knew it would catch up with him. I know he's got a chin, but I was like, you can't just keep taking punches like that, man.
He need to learn a whole lot of stuff, man. And
Yeah, he's real robotic. He has a hard jab and stuff, but his defense is non-existent.
oh yeah, oh that. I don't know what's the matter with these people, man.
Yeah,
I just don't. I just don't know. You know, everybody making a lot of money. They're overlooking the real truth. I think the truth. You know, if you wanna get by this certain level, you're gonna have to get somebody that's gonna show your guy, you know, stuff that's gonna help him do that. Or else it's still going to be back and forth, if you understand what I mean, with the fighting thing. You know, hey, keep the noise down. That's my grandkids.
Oh no, you're okay. I understand. Yeah.
So we're not trying to down nobody. It's just that
Just
I'm from the
it
old school. I'm from the old school, and I just see stuff and do like this. And then the decisions that some of them make. You know, the decisions, ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm sitting here with my grandkids cooking every day, training every day, watching, doing video podcasts and stuff like this. And all they have to do is give this guy a call. Just give him a call, bring him over. You definitely will see a change, and you'll definitely see some positive stuff. I'm serious.
Yeah, I already know. I mean, just look at your fights. All they would have to do almost is watch you fight, and there's a tutorial right there.
Well, you know, real quick, a lot of times when I fought too, I was too. When I fought, they're my grandkids. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're okay.
When I fought, I knew I got blocked, so I was like leaving my hands real loose because I knew what it was supposed to be. I got lazy and stuff and just was going like that. And technically, I knew I'm supposed to be like this or like that, you know, or like this and here, like my hand down there. You got to hold up. That's like the Philly shell. You got to lay it across. Just the shell. You lay it across your stomach. Then you put your elbow on the glove. That's the Philly shell. And your left shoulder and right hand are best friends. So anything comes straight in here, you turn it in and catch it. And then put your face behind the glove. Okay, then if you see a left hook coming, you turn this way and catch it, and then throw yours. So here's your hook here, or here, catch it here. Now catch the hook, their hook, and just turn this in. So there's a lot that people. I just showed you just a little bit of things that you don't see in everyday boxing today. You just got to keep practicing. Yeah, I know that stuff. I knew that 30 years ago.
Wow,
they're not doing it now. You might find somebody that's doing it, but not a lot.
Yeah, I sometimes do a podcast with my buddy Andrew Tucker World. Shout out to him, and he always talks about the Philly shell, man. So yeah, that's a great defense.
The Philly shell is just a tight defense. It's like a shell. I did it on one of my videos and stuff. It's really like this here is a shell, and you got to protect it. You know, you can't. You know, you don't want to break it. It's tight. This here is tight. It's round. You can't get what's in it and stuff. Let me see if I can do it. And like that's the shell. So you got to keep your defense tight. Yeah, or like this, like that. Is the shell is just a tight defense, and some people take it out of context and add stuff to it and make it look like a certain way. And I think this could be the Philly shell too, because they said Floyd Mayweather was doing it, but he does keep his hands too loose, like here, and we're really supposed to be tight against your stomach, like this, and you supposed to fight, but his be like this. Maybe he does know how to put it like this. And then when you get in the ring, because I have done it a lot. When the bell rings, you leave it like this. I was leaving like that, and then when you get relaxed, you just be coming out here like that with it. You come out like that, but this is really the way it's supposed to be. Across your stomach like that, and then your shoulders, like I said, like this. They best friends, and the hook come, catch it, keep going back and forth like that. Then you could come up like this. Then you could take this and come up like that. So they all tight. They all defenses, and that's the Philly shell.
Wow. Well, that's awesome, man. I gotta have you back, man. I could listen to you all day, man. I don't want to keep you from your.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Whenever let's do it again, because I was kind of rusty too myself. I've been running around today. I'm just a little tired.
Nah, man. Nah, you just dropped a whole bunch of knowledge that people ain't heard in in years, man. So I really appreciate your time. Is any shout outs you want to give or anything?
Well, the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, Tim Witherspoon. Follow us. Go on YouTube. There's a lot of knowledge on there. We got we have the legends. The legends of champions are all the old former boxers. We trying to unite together and trying to help each other. We go to events together. Like Bud Green, he hurt his leg and we have to go pick him up sometimes until we get better. Take him to events. We got Ray Mercer, Al Cole. The list goes on. John Scully. You name it, we got it, and we know each other. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring everybody together and see. We trying to start from the bottom and see what we can do when we get to the top. So I'm looking forward to coming on, and you can come on you can come on too. You talk to Brian, the marketing guy, and we can get something really good going on so people could enjoy what we're doing. Okay.
Oh man, anytime, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks to Brian, Viking Samurai, Andrew Tucker World, LSR Forever. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Let's do it again real soon.
That's right. All right. Thank you.
Okay, man. You all have a good